Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing a public rally at Nltv Karbi Anglong, promulgates that the central government is working towards repealing the Armed Forces Special Power Act 1989 from the entire Northeast regions. PM Modi inaugurates 7 state-of-the-art cancer hospital while simultaneously laying foundation stone for another 7 during a public rally at Diphu. PM Modi declares that his government is focusing on digitization of health services in the country. Confederation of Nagaland Chamber of Commerce and Industries sends out strong message to Naga political groups to not exploit the business community in the state. CNCCI expresses disgust at the fact that the NPGs have begun to charge mystery and Jubilee tax and further asks the groups not to charge exorbitant taxes in the name of Naga national movement. Nagaland Cabinet gives the approval for setting up of 11 sub-divisional horticulture offices in 7 districts under the Department of Horticulture. BJP National Secretary Tarun Chugh is scheduled to visit Nagaland on a 3-day visit from April 29 till May 1. Tarun Chugh's visit is to deliberate on the upcoming 2023 general elections in the state and organizational matters of the state BJP. Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. You are watching English Prime Time. I am Chipen Krung. Let's look at the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his visit to Assam on Thursday, highlighted the success of the double-engine government in the northeast states in limited withdrawal of AFSPA from many parts of the region. The Prime Minister stated that AFSPA was removed from 23 districts in Assam, which resulted in better law and order, as well as significant reduction of insurgency rate, and also 75% reduction of violence in the region, which prompted in withdrawal of the act from many parts of the northeast. Modi further talked about several key issues that had been plaguing the northeast states for several decades, works on which began only after 2014. While speaking on the border disputes among the northeast states, Modi lauded the Assam and Meghalaya governments for signing of the border pact to resolve disputes in 6 areas of differences and aided that this will motivate other states to adopt similar measures. PM Modi also highlighted the success of the central government and the governments in the northeast states in bringing militant groups to the negotiating table. PM Modi also talked about how the Bodo Accord also opened new doors for lasting peace.
ये देख रहा है कि बीते सालों में हिंसा, अराजकता और अविश्वास की दशकों पुरानी समस्याएं कैसे उसका समाधान किया जा रहा है, कैसे रास्ते खोजे जा रहे हैं। कभी इस क्षेत्र की चर्चा होती थी तो कभी बम की आवाज सुनाई देती थी, कभी गोलियों की आवाज सुनाई देती थी। आज तालियां गूंज रही हैं, जयकारा हो रहा है। पिछले वर्ष सितंबर में कार्बी आंगलांग के अनेक संगठन शांति और विकास के रास्ते पर आगे बढ़ने का संकल्प लेकर के जुड़ गए। 2020 में बोडो समझौते ने स्थायी शांति के नए द्वार खोल दिए। असम के अलावा त्रिपुरा में भी एनएलएफटी ने शांति के पथ पर कदम बढ़ाए। करीब 2.5 दशक से जो ब्रू रियांग से जुड़ी समस्या चल रही थी, उसको भी हल किया गया। बाकी जगहों में भी स्थायी शांति के लिए हमारे प्रयास लगातार चल रहे हैं, गंभीरता से चल रहे हैं। लंबे समय तक आर्म फोर्सेस स्पेशल पावर एक्ट आपसा नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अनेक राज्यों में रहा है, लेकिन बीते 8 सालों के दौरान स्थायी शांति और बेहतर कानून व्यवस्था लागू होने के कारण हमें आपसा को नॉर्थ ईस्ट के कई क्षेत्रों से हटा दिया है। बीते 8 सालों के दौरान नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हिंसा की घटना में करीब 75% की कमी आई है। यही कारण है कि पहले त्रिपुरा और फिर मेघालय से आपसा को हटाया गया। असम में तो 3 दशक से ये लागू था। स्थितियों में सुधार न होने के कारण पहले की सरकारें इसको बार बार आगे बढ़ाती रही, लेकिन बीते वर्षों में हालात को ऐसे संभाला गया कि आज असम के 23 जिलों से आपसा हटा दिया गया है। अन्य क्षेत्रों से भी हम तेजी से हालात सामान्य करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ताकि वहां
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with industrialist Ratan Tata, on Thursday inaugurated 7 state-of-the-art cancer hospitals and laid the foundation stone for 7 new cancer hospitals in Assam. The Prime Minister today at Diphu dedicated to the nation 7 cancer hospitals completed under Phase 1 of the project. These cancer hospitals are built at Diphu, Kokrachhar, Barbeta, Darang, Tezpur, Lakhimpur and Jorhat. The Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of 7 new cancer hospitals at Dubri, Nalbari, Golbara, Nagaland, Sivasakar, Dinsikia and Kolakat to be constructed under Phase 2 of the project. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma expressed his gratitude to Ratan Tata and the Government of India for their contribution, saying that the largest cancer care treatment will benefit Assam as well as Southeast Asia. Notably, Assam Cancer Care Foundation is a joint venture of the Government of Assam and Tata Trust and is executing a project to build South Asia's largest affordable cancer care network with 17 cancer care hospitals spread across the state.
सरकार इस स्थिति को बदलने में जुटी हुई है। साल 2014 से पहले देश में सिर्फ 7 एम्स थे। इसमें से भी एक दिल्ली वालों को छोड़ दें तो कहीं एमबीबीएस की पढ़ाई नहीं होती थी, कहीं ओपीडी नहीं लगती थी, कुछ अधूरे बने पड़े थे। हमने इन सभी को सुधारा और देश में 16 नए एम्स घोषित किए। एम्स गुवाहाटी भी इन्हीं में से एक है। हमारी सरकार देश के हर जिले में एक मेडिकल कॉलेज जरूर हो, इस लक्ष्य पर काम कर रही है। 2014 से पहले देश में 387 मेडिकल कॉलेज थी। अब इनकी संख्या बढ़कर करीब करीब 600 तक पहुंच रही है। साथियों, हमारी सरकार का छठा फोकस इस बात पर भी है कि डॉक्टरों की संख्या को ज्यादा से ज्यादा बढ़ाया जाए। 2014 के बाद हमारी सरकार इस स्थिति को बदलने में जुटी हुई है। साल 2014 से पहले देश में सिर्फ 7 एम्स थे। इसमें से भी एक दिल्ली वालों को छोड़ दें तो कहीं एमबीबीएस की पढ़ाई नहीं होती थी, कहीं ओपीडी नहीं लगती थी, कुछ अधूरे बने पड़े थे। हमने
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing the Peace, Unity and Development rally at Diphu in Assam, lauded the double-engine government for the development of Northeast regions. Furthermore, while expressing happiness over the development of Northeast regions, he mentioned that when someone visits Northeast and witnesses the rapid development taking place in the region, even they also feel proud. He further mentioned that the government of India is beginning to the project of building Amrit Sarovar in every district of the country, along with the celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It is to be mentioned that Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma also attended the Peace, Unity and Development rally in Diphu town with Prime Minister Modi. It may be mentioned that with the Prime Minister PM Modi is in Assam to lay the foundation stone of several projects.
Karbi Paramparaga Jubilee Athon साथ ही भेंट की गई है कार्बी पोहो
song मिथिला इले तुम कच्चे हमारे कार्बी रिचो लापेन के मिनिस्टर का है कि भी की थी लापेन के जिरपो जिरपी अपरांग सिंह ले तुम अफान काटो
भाजपा की डबल इंजन की सरकार जहां भी हो
The Confederation of Nagaland Chamber of Commerce and Industries issued a press release lamenting the Naga political groups for exploiting the business community and consumers in the name of Naga national movement by stamping different terms like mystery tax and Jubilee tax. The union urged the NPGs to stop imposing disgraceful taxes. In the press release, the CNCCI stated that such taxes are reducing the noble and honorable movement of the Naga people. The CNCCI in the press release also stated that the age-old taxation system, such as house tax, ration tax, yearly tax, go-down tax, transport tax, item tax, agency tax, MRP tax, etc., could not quench the thirst and grit of many leaders of the Naga national movement. It further stated that the Naga people and business community never expected the Naga political groups to bend so low and come up with mystery tax and Jubilee tax. And the CNCCI considered it as an incomprehensible embarrassment to Naga national movement and said that it was nothing but grit to collect more money. They further urged the leaders involved in collecting such disgraceful taxation in the name of Naga national movement to reason and speak to their conscience and immediately do away with such taxation. It also went on to question the state government to declare the action and steps it had taken to protect the business community and the public over the years. Former Minister P. Longton on Thursday declared his candidature from NPF for the 14th general election to the Nagaland Legislative Assembly 2023. A dedication and declaration program was held at P. Longon's residence, where A. Ngon, President NPF 56th A. Assembly Constituency Nagaland, chaired the program. President NPF Nagaland Division also gave a welcome address at the gathering. Well-wishers and public from different ranges also attended the event. NSCN-GPRNK Congo Group on Thursday busted 3 meat vendors in Modianala, Sonari Road, Montown, who were caught manipulating weighing scales and cheating customers by selling meat relatively less in contrast to the amount paid for it. Names of the 3 butchers in relation to this case were released: Akop Konyak from Nyasha village, Shakto Konyak from Hongpoi village, and Nokrang Konyak from Hongpoi village.
Ano na? 3 kg tissue na.
Wala ito nari kan bit diyan ito.
Nari tissue 3 kg tissue na. Ha. Agere 3 kg naf করেছে ঠিক আছে এটা 3 kg
নারী kan আলো মিলাই না পাই কো
ঠিক আছে
মাথা আর নারী kan আলো মিলাই
আপনি কাম পয়সা লাগে না
দুন নয় না দুন দিব দুন
কাস্টমার বা মাংস লাগে আপনি কাম পয়সা লাগে হয় না আপনি কাম পয়সা লাগে কাস্টমার মাংস লাগে ঠিক আছে পয়সা কিমান লেট আছে এটো কাস্টমার ঠিক দিব ঠিক আছে ঠিক দিয়া নাই গলে আমি কমপ্লেইন দিব ঠিক আছে আর আপনি কাম ঠিক না দিলে কাস্টমার বা মই কমপ্লেইন দিব
ঠিক থাক লইলো
এটো 3 কেজি আছে ঠিক আছে এটা 3 কেজি চাও
তো হয় নাই তো
থাকি নাৰী দিছো না এইটো তাই ওল্টা গুণা পাইছে ঠিক আছে এইটো ওল্টা গুণা পাইছে মই ৰিচেক কৰিব কাৰণে তাই এইটো কেৰাই দিছে ঠিক আছে না শুনা নাই 3 কেজি দিছো না নাৰী দিছে 3 কেজি দিছো না আগেৰে 3 কেজি নাফ কৰিছে ঠিক আছে এটা 3 কেজি নাৰীখন অলপ মিলাই না পাই কোৱা ঠিক আছে মাথা আৰু নাৰীখন অলপ মিলাই আপনি কাম পইচা লাগি না
Nagaland government on Thursday obtained a cabinet approval for setting up of 11 subdivisional horticulture office in 7 districts of Nagaland under Department of Horticulture. The approved projects are to be set up at Fusero and Meluri under Pak District, Mangolemba under Moguchung, Bukubudo under Zinibudo, Siuchung under Kifri District, Topu under Mon, Tening under Paren, Ralan and Sanis under Woka District and Cheboposo under Kohima District. The Department of Horticulture, Government of Nagaland on Thursday organized a horticulture conference at a capital convention center in Kohima. Notably, the conference was held under the theme Leveraging Smart Horticulture for Sustainable Livelihood and Self-Employment in Nagaland, with Advisor of Horticulture and Border Affairs, Government of Nagaland, Madang Yantan, as the chief guest.
I'm sure with a certain objective, with certain purpose, you have chosen this line. Not merely for the sake of study, not merely for the sake of finding an employment. You have chosen this course of study. So you have a great responsibility. A big responsibility lies on you. Earlier, one of the speakers has mentioned that people's expectation on you is very high. So you have to do justice to your service, you have to do justice to your profession. That is what I would like to urge upon all of you. As a government servant, I was also a government servant, retired from the service, 35 years of government service. I've also learned a lot of learning.
Bharatiya Janata Party's National Secretary General Tarun Chuk is scheduled to arrive in Nagaland for an extensive 3-day touring program on Friday. Notably, the National General Secretary is scheduled to meet the 12 BJP legislators and state office bearers during his visit to the state. It is to be mentioned that the visit of the National General Secretary is necessitated in view of the upcoming 2023 general election and organizational matters of the state BJP. Reportedly, serious brainstorming sessions regarding party's matters are also expected to take place during the extensive 3-day meeting program. Strong and gusty wind blew and damaged the Naga People's Front Mon Division office on April 27 midnight around 11 p.m. It was informed that due to the strong winds, some houses were also affected in the area, yet no casualties have been reported. India's Meteorological Department has predicted that rain and thunderstorm accompanied with lightning and gusty winds is likely to continue over the northeast region for a few more days. The Silver Jubilee General Conference of the Lota, Eloe, Hoho commenced on Thursday at around 10 a.m. at the hall in Woka District. Notably, the Jubilee celebration was themed under indigenous women as knowledge keepers. The president of the Indian Red Cross Society of Nagaland branch, Abeni TCK, graced the Jubilee as the special guest. During her speech, Abeni TCK spoke on the inclusiveness of women in Lota culture. She further urged the Lota women to respect and honor and uphold the dignity of men in the society. An unidentified dead body of a male aged approximately 45 to 50 years was found at supermarket Dimapur on Thursday. Notably, an inquest was conducted over the dead body, and on completion of all legal formalities, the dead body was shifted to District Hospital Dimapur morgue for post-mortem examination and identification. It is to be mentioned that claimant or relatives of the deceased have been requested to contact officer in charge of East Police Station Dimapur. Eden Higher Secondary School in Tiliku inaugurated its auditorium building and also observed its annual sports day on Thursday. Notably, first-class contractor Kashero Yepto graced the program as the special guest. The senior pastor of Tiliku Village Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Hevuku Achumi, said the dedicatory prayer. During his speech, Yepto said that he believed the students to be tomorrow's future and therefore encouraged them to seek God's kingdom first. Furthermore, Eden gave its assurance that Yepto gave his assurance that he would continue to support the school in whatever possible way. It may be mentioned that Eden School was started in 2002 and was upgraded to higher secondary in the year 2016.
In order to attain good knowledge, you will have to first seek the kingdom of God. You will first have to take the blessing of God. Not long ago, I was also like a student like you. When I see the small boys and children here today, it brings me back the memories that I had during my school days. Not knowing what to do in life. Those were the days. But today, I believe you have a better opportunity and a better facility. Today, Eden Higher Secondary School, I believe, and on my own capacity, in whatever possibility that I can support this.
Nagaland celebrated the first day of the week-long Northeast Festival as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav week on the theme Journey of Nagaland since statehood in Kohima on Thursday. The festival is being celebrated in all the states of the Northeast. It will culminate in Guwahati on May 4. Notably, the culmination program of the festival will be attended by President Ramnath Kovind. While addressing the program, the Home Commissioner of Nagaland, Apicit Sinha, stated that in 2023, Nagaland will complete 6 decades of statehood, which is 13 years after India got independence. He said that the state has been marching shoulder to shoulder with the rest of the country, making the lives of the people better by creating more infrastructure facilities since it achieved statehood in 1963. Notably, the inaugural program was marked by screening of a documentary on the journey of Nagaland since statehood and photography exhibition on history of the state by the State Information and Public Relations Department. Presentation of a song by Measure Higher Secondary School Kohima, cultural presentation by Angami Cultural Troupe, and a choral by Amiu, Uso, Zhao, and Akoya. The Assam Police will be awarded the President's Colours Award by Union Home Minister Amit Shah at an event in Guwahati on May 10. Notably, the Assam Police is the 10th state police force to get this recognition. It may be mentioned that the President's Colour is bestowed on a military unit in recognition of exceptional service rendered to the nation, both in peace and during the war. In this regard, Assam DGP Bhaskar Jodi Mahanda said it is a historic time for the department and that it is well prepared for the event. Motorcycle rallies will be organized across Assam to raise awareness of the coveted colour. On Wednesday, over 120 Gaon Buras and chieftains of Tirap and Longding district of Arunachal Pradesh extended their support to the security forces to tackle and end the menace of NSCN insurgents operating across the two districts. The decisions from the Gaon Buras and chieftains after attending a security meeting organized by Khonsa Battalion of Assam Rifles in collaboration with the local police and administration at the battalion's unit headquarters. The meeting also resolved on how to eliminate antisocial activities such as extortion, kidnapping, and rebel recruitment. Colonel Das also appreciated the village heads for providing appropriate information of insurgents, which he stated has resulted in a number of successful operations over the last 1 year. The Khonsa Battalion of Assam Rifles have conducted a security meeting at Khonsa in Tirap district on Wednesday along with Tirap Police and State Administration in order to bring peace in the insurgency hit Tirap and Longding districts and to alleviate anti-social activities such as extortion, kidnapping, and rebel recruitments, among others. Notably, the meeting was chaired by Colonel Amit Kumar Das, the Sergeant Major Commandant of Khonsa Battalion, and was attended by 120 Gaon Buras and Rajas from villages of Tirap and Longding district. During the meeting, the village appointments were asked for their proactive involvement and cooperation to end the menace of insurgency by various NSCN factions active in the Tirap and Longding district. Furthermore, the Assam Rifles lauded the united strength shown by the villagers during the recent infiltration by a group of NSCN IM Khatras in Tirap district. Moreover, personnel also appraised the village heads about the various civic action initiatives and employment opportunities available for the youth. Notably, the security meet received an overwhelming response and all the attendees unanimously decided to show non-cooperation for collection of extortion money by underground groups and to stand united against the menace of insurgency by various factions of NSCN to enable peace to prevail in Tirap and Longding district. Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan has become the latest celebrity to demonstrate his lack of general knowledge about the country after he tweeted claiming that Hindi was India's national language. The controversy started after Sudeep answered a question on KGF 2 being called a pan-India film. He said Hindi is no more a national language and Bollywood should say that they are doing pan-India films by dubbing their films in other languages. Meanwhile, Kannada-speaking people united against Ajay Devgan's Hindi national language tweet. Moreover, former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has reacted to the Twitter exchange between Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan and Kannada actor Sudeep and said that Hindi was never and will never be India's national language. He added that he is proud to be a Kannadiga and also added that it is the duty of every Indian to respect linguistic diversity of the country. However, the row was put to rest after Ajay Devgan said he always thought of the film industry as one, and that something might have lost in translation. On the other hand, actor Sudeep said translations are perspectives, and he would have been happy had he received a tweet from Ajay Devgan from a creative reason. India on Thursday witnessed an uptick in the number of COVID-19 cases with 3,303 fresh cases in the last 24 hours. More than 188 crore 40 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Notably, India's active case load currently stands at 16,980, while the recovery rate currently stands at 98.74%, with 2,563 recoveries in the last 24 hours. It is to be mentioned that the total recoveries have increased over 4 crore 25 lakh and 28,000. Switzerland on Wednesday adopted a fifth package of the European Union sanctions against Russia that ban import of caviar, seafood, coal, timber and cement in a bid to punish Russia for a military operation in Ukraine. The measures came into force from 6 p.m. on April 27. The new measures ban export of industrial robots, certain chemical products and other goods that can help strengthen Russia's industrial capacities. Switzerland prohibited support for Russian entities in public ownership and registration of trust for Russian nationals or residents. The Council also extended the ban of export of banknotes and sales of securities in Swiss francs and euros to Belarusian nationals and entities to cover all official EU currencies. And that brings us to the end of Nagaland TV English Primetime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chip and Kwung signing off.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 1